Welcome to Romania. The official welcome, and let's take a picture together. This is a picture for
soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy. In most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it? Now, in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by ploughing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. Conscious Planet is launching Save Soil movement to bring about a policy change to regenerate soil. As a part of this, I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. So we must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. Many global leaders and influencers are already participating in the movement. Be a part of this and let us make it happen.
From my part, as much as I can contribute.
We are going to save the soil, do your part. And saving the soils.
Our future, our children's future, our planet's future depend on it.
Saving the soil.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Thank you. Romania is yours.
What we call as life is just a certain combination of time and energy. As we sit here, time is rolling away for all of us. Whether we do something or we do nothing, whether we are awake or asleep, time is rolling away. As you sit here, what is ticking away is not the clock. What is ticking away is life itself. Hello? No, I just pointed out a fact. So, time, you cannot do anything with it, it's just going away. I've been petitioning for a long time to give me extra 3 to 4 hours per day. No response. Many times I petitioned, I need another 4 hours extra, I have a lot of things to do, only 24 hours even for me. You might have tried, yesterday got wasted, shall I wind it back and live yesterday once again? Never worked. This is the nature of time. It's relentlessly, ruthlessly rolling away. And as time rolls away, our life rolls away. Yes or no? Now, what is it that's in our control? There is something called as energy, which is who you are right now. You may be this kind of energy, this kind of… Different times you're in different ways, isn't it so? Hello? So how you manage your energy will determine a whole lot of things. What are these whole lot of things? See, there are only 2 things with life. Or let me make it 3 so that you know, because you have a third eye in your pocket. It's a good thing to have a third eye, but it's just in the wrong place. Especially if you're keeping it in your hip pocket. So, one is pleasantness of experience. Everybody wants their life to be pleasant. When we say pleasant, if body becomes pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call it peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call it love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, then we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to create pleasantness in our surroundings, you need the cooperation of many people and forces around you, which is a lot of management. You know, many of you married. Hello? Just to keep one person pleasant around you, there's a lot of work to do. Yes or no? Hello? There is. Not some stranger, someone who loves you, who is with you, everything. But to keep them pleasant, you have to do lot of management, otherwise it won't work. Simply love won't work, yes or no? Hello? Management needed. Because this is the nature of what's around us. But pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion and pleasantness of your energy is 100% your business, yes or no? You're not on talking terms with me, what is it? So, some people have given up, you cannot be pleasant in this life and they want to go to heaven. Because the advertisements have always said that heaven is a very pleasant place. If people told you from your childhood, God lives in heaven but it's a terrible place, would you go? So you are going there because there is a promise of pleasantness. So, one aspect of your life is you're always in search of pleasantness, of body, mind, emotion, energy, surroundings. Hello? Yeah? I tell them if they don't like what I'm saying, they can tell me. They don't have to just cut me off like that. You can always tell me. in search of pleasantness, I want you to sincerely look at your life in terms of creating pleasantness for this body, pleasantness for this mind, pleasantness for emotions. How many things you're doing in your life? Yes or no? How many things? You may call it education, you may call it friendship, you may call it marriage, you may call it prayer, you may call it meditation, you may call it going to temple, church, mosque, whatever. All in search of pleasantness of body, mind and emotion, isn't it so? Somebody may be going to the bar or in the back streets they may be popping a pill. They are also in search of pleasantness. Yes or no? Everybody is in search of pleasantness. But I'm asking you, whatever you have experienced in your life, pain or pleasure, joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, light or darkness, whatever you have experienced, all this, where did it happen? Right now, a simple question, even if you're not listening to me, at least do you see me? Hello? Yourself out there, just point your finger and say where I am right now. Here. You got it wrong, you know, I'm a mystic from southern India. No, this light is falling upon me, reflecting, going through your lenses, inverted image in the retina, you know the whole story. So, you see me within you. Where do you hear me? Where do you hear me? Within you. Tell yourself, sir, keep the phone down, it's on the YouTube, you can download it. Why are you wasting your time? Be with me, because I want to take you into some sense of meditation. That won't happen like this. I'm just wooing you so that you will be able to close your eyes and meditate. If you're like this, what do I do? Hello? It'll be out on the channel immediately. You can download it, okay? No problem. And it's on a better camera. I have not held back anything, all my work is out there, free, without cost. I was in the United States about a few months ago, 3 months ago, and this man came, I was in Los Angeles, and he comes and he says he wants to make a presentation. I said, okay. He makes a presentation and shows me how all the material that from the Isha Foundation has been online. He shows me if I package it like this, like this, like this and monetize it, it is worth $2.7 billion. Will you do it for me? And all I'm asking is for 15%. I said, see, what do I do with $2.7 billion? Can you get me 8 billion people? Because my interest is people, not dollars. What do I do with dollars? So, almost everything, except what we feel people are not ready for, almost everything is there online. Don't waste your time like this, just be with me because I'm just trying to coax you into becoming meditative. You know how difficult it is to make you just close your eyes and simply sit there? Lot of talking is needed. That's what I'm doing right now. When you're wooing somebody, you should not tell them you're wooing, but I'm telling you that also. So, pleasantness, in search of pleasantness, how much circus is happening in the world, how much of your time, energies and life is invested in search of pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion. But whole human experience, no matter what it is, pleasant or unpleasant, both happens from within you. Is it true human experience is manufactured within you?
Yes.
So when it is manufactured within you, what are you trying to manage the whole world for your pleasantness? Being pleasant in body, in mind, emotion is your business. Managing the surrounding pleasantness, okay, like that's a little bit of circus, always. Always it is. Some circus you have to do. But right now, it is not the world which is the issue. You yourself are a big issue. See, people come to me and say, Sadhguru, I can't take it anymore. My mother-in-law, my wife, my husband, my boss is not even human, and like this. So many people who are torturing them in their life. I say, you come, no problem. Come to the yoga center, this is an offer for you also. We will give you nice food, good place to stay. Just be joyful. It's the only requirement. Nothing to do, just be there, we'll take care of you every day. Just be joyful. Oh, after 2 days I just visit them and I told them, see, if I find you miserable, I don't believe in feeding misery anymore. You should not feed misery, isn't it? Hello? So after 2 days, if I visit them, they have already twisted themselves out in so many ways. See, if you are with me and you're miserable, you can blame it on me. Because of me, you're miserable. If you're sitting alone and you're miserable, obviously you're in bad company. If you don't fix this one, no way out with life. If this one person is unpleasant right now, everybody is fantastic. Does it help you? Huh? You are feeling unpleasant. Everybody is in fantastic state of joy. Does it help, I'm asking? No. So this is the only person you need to fix, not that one and that one and that one. This one person, if you fix. I'm asking, is this one a willing participant in making this life into a pleasant experience? Willing or no? Those of you who are not saying anything, I'm going to bless you. Willing or no? Because if you are not willing, then what to do with you? Because wanting life to be a pleasant experience is not a philosophy. It is something that you're intrinsically looking for. No matter which culture, where you are, young, old, whatever, you want pleasantness of experience. When life becomes pleasant, then the next need will come. You want profoundness of experience. In search of profoundness, somebody will seek God, somebody will seek meditation, somebody will seek philosophy, somebody will seek drink, somebody will seek drug, somebody will seek love, somebody will seek knowledge, all in search of profoundness of experience. If these two things happen, it's quite fulfilling. But then activity, what to do? Because you are not capable of simply sitting like this unmoving, can you? You have to do something. When you do something, you want your activity to be impactful. So essentially, pleasantness and profoundness of experience, impactfulness of activity is all you're looking for in life. Whichever way you look at it, you may call it this, that, by many names, but essentially this is all you're looking for. Pleasant and profound experience, impactful activity. You don't want to sing a song that nobody wants to listen to. You don't want to write a book that nobody wants to read. You don't want to cook something that nobody wants to eat. When you do something, it should be impactful. Hello? Important. So, impactfulness depends on variety of things. It depends on the times in which we exist. Talents are involved, capabilities are involved, organizations are involved, many things are involved. But for pleasantness and profoundness, just you and you alone. Yes or no? If you make this one thing happen, that you're pleasant by your own nature, you're joyful by your own nature, this means you have no fear of suffering. Only when there is no fear of suffering will you walk this life full stride. Otherwise, In fear of suffering, everything is a half a step. What will happen, what will happen, what will happen, all the time. I want you to look at your life sincerely, don't tell anybody, but I want you to look at your life. How many important choices in your life are made based on the fear of suffering? Please look at this carefully. It's very important to look at this honestly, because as I'm talking, since you came and sat here, or rather since I came and sat here, you are 1.25 hours closer to the grave. Yes, you are. This is not my wish. I will wish you… I'll bless you with a long life, but what can I do? Time is rolling away. Hello? It's not my doing. This is how it is, both for you and me. Somebody was asking me yesterday when I came here to Bucharest, Sadhguru, you just ridden nearly 9.5, 10 hours in very bad weather, and as soon as you come, you go into an interview and talk for 1.5 hours. What is this? Don't you feel your age? I said, see, I've been living so intensely, I never had the time to get old. This 52% of the world's soil is almost gone, and we are expecting that there will be something called a soil extinction in a matter of 60 to 80 years, but it will start fading in another 25 to 40 years. Serious fading will happen, food productions will come down, our populations are going up. So immense suffering we will create for each other. And once there is… I want you to just imagine, in this city, 50% of the people have not eaten. You think they will just sit there and do chanting? No, they will destroy everything. Your civilization will be destroyed, societies will be destroyed, your very humanity will evaporate when there is no food to eat for a certain number of people. The World Food Program is expecting dozens of civil wars by 2035. Are we going to go in that direction, or are we going to turn it back? It's a question. Tell me that. Yes, this is the problem. Oh, but how do I turn it back? It doesn't matter whether you know how to turn it back or not. Do you want to turn it back? Yes! Because this is important. I'm telling you, as a generation, this is very, very important. Because we have this unique window, this is a cusp of time, that if you do the right things in the 10-15 years' time, we can make a significant turnaround. We can be that generation which turned back from the brink of a disaster, or we can be that generation which slept through and fell into the disaster and then cry over the disaster. As we've been doing, everybody is crying over the war that's happening. In the last 100 years, how many wars? Why didn't we make up our mind to stop the damn things? No, we will allow it to happen and then cry. We will allow it to happen and then cry. If we allow this to happen, there may be no room to cry, because it is going into a place where significant part of the population may have to go, and in a very, very painful way. It's not like a bomb, it's a slow fade. Food insecurity will happen in a very, very slow fade. You won't even know how it's happening, people will slowly shrink. And see, we have forgotten just 70 to 80 years ago, there were famines all over the world. Only 2 generations were eaten well and we've just forgotten. So famine or food shortage is the worst possible way to die for a human being, because it takes 3 to 4 months to die. You don't die in one day, slowly people will wither away. So we are heading in that direction. Every responsible scientist, every UN agency is clearly pointing it out. Last 2 years, I've been talking to thousands of people, various scientists, bureaucrats, agricultural ministries, environment ministries around the world. What I find is, everybody knows there is a serious problem. And generally everybody knows what is the direction of the solution. Everybody knows the problem, everybody knows the solution, I was wondering, what is it? Why are we not doing anything about it? Then I realized, oh, they are waiting for one idiot to come and bell the cat. Soil.org, you can download the toolkit, how to open a Twitter account, how to open an Instagram account, how to open a TikTok account. Do something, or do a jig, scream, do something. All kinds of idiots who just scream and carry a worm on their head are becoming famous in the world. Do whatever you have to do. But I'm telling you, right now, if you don't get the world to think and express their concern about soil, we will become the most regretful generation. Let's not go there, please. Let's not go there. Human intelligence, human competence, human capability is in mitigating problems before they arrive, not get into trouble and then try to solve it. That is the way of a fool, isn't it? Hello? Before our children the next generation steps into their life, without knowing a problem was mitigated, it must be gone. It is not that it should be a mess in your house. If there is an issue, there's some physical danger, do you tell your children there is danger, hop around? No, you will try to solve it without them ever knowing about it, isn't it? Yes. Isn't that the way of any responsible parent, I'm asking? So, it is possible to do. I am addressing COP15 in the month of May, where 197 nations, including European Union, is participating, apart from individual nations. European Union also has a representative. Today I met your agricultural minister, we have met the environment minister, tomorrow we'll be meeting your education minister. All of them are 100%. I know in every country you will have your opinions about your politicians, all right? I will leave that alone for you, I don't want to mess with that. But I want you to understand this. Tomorrow morning, if you are made the leader of this country, you will not be doing anything significant without people's support, yes or no? Yes. That's what I'm asking. For something so vital, don't talk about political parties, don't talk about political philosophies, don't talk about religion, don't talk about nationality. This is far more important than that. This is about life. We have quarreled, we have fought, we have threatened each other's life, we have had World War I, World War II, we are talking about III. Well, what is all this about? In the name of nationality, race, religion, caste, creed, endlessly we are fighting. So we are always looking at, what is the difference between you and me? How can we fight? Even gender. God damn it, we are the same species, we are behaving as if we are from two different planets. Well, they say one is from Venus, another is from Mars, I don't know about that. I thought both are from this planet. In every possible way, we are looking for differences and how to fight about that. We need some common factors in our life, isn't it? Something that concerns all of us. The soil is that common factor. If you don't understand what is cosmic consciousness out there, at least you understand this much. The very body that you carry is the soil that you walk upon. The food that you eat is the soil that you walk upon. At least when you die, you will go back to the same soil. The only question is, will you get it now or then? You must get it now. Hello? If you get it now, we can make something happen out of it. If you get it after you're dead, still you make good manure. But they may make a concrete coffin for you so that even there you will fail. Happening to most human beings simply because they have not paid enough attention to the mechanism of the mind, how it functions. How it functions. Everybody has told you for a long time, your moral teachers have told you, Do not think about bad things. Hello? Can I tell you a story? Or are you already sleepy? It's dangerous to tell you a story. Because once I say, once upon a time, a whole lot of people think it's bedtime. Because that was the only time stories were told to them, because parents didn't know how to complete the story. They chose that time when they start saying 2 sentences, you're gone. Is it okay? Can I risk telling a story? But the lighting is also like this for you, that once upon a time. Can we light them up? Is it possible? Is lighting possible for them? Okay. So once upon a time, this happened in southern India. There was a man who wanted to acquire supernatural powers. Supernatural powers means what? Somebody wants to walk upon water, somebody wants to fly without an airplane, everybody walks on the floor, so somebody wants to walk on the ceiling. Essentially, you're seeking attention. So this man wants to get some supernatural powers. He went on looking for gurus in India. After looking for many, somebody advised him, see, these South Indian gurus are no good. They're too conservative, they won't teach you anything like this. I know a yogi or a Buddhist monk in Tibet who has all the supernatural powers that you want and he's willing to teach it to you, you better go there. Immediately our man set forth on a journey to Tibet by foot, crossing Himalayas, getting there. South Indian man means you can almost throughout the 12 months of the year, you can… even if you want to be shirtless, you can be shirtless. That is the kind of comfortable temperatures that he knows. But crossing the Himalayas, going to Tibet where everything is cold, he went there somehow with great difficulty and he found the monastery, got there. When he entered the monastery, nobody asked him who you are, where you have come from. Lunch means a bell rings, gong. If you want to eat, you can go and eat. If you don't eat, nobody forces you. This man comes from a culture where in southern India, if you just go to somebody's home and they will bring everything to eat in front of you without asking you. If you say, no, I just had dinner and came, doesn't matter, in my house you must eat, because you come to my house, you must eat. So this is called hospitality. Generally it's a way to the hospital. The point is, there will always be a condition. The condition was, when you're uttering the mantra, do not think about a monkey. So he said, Buddham, monkey came. Then he took another breath, sat down, Buddham, monkey came. Then he tried various asanas, various difficult postures in yoga. Bu means monkey came. Again one dip and sat down, bu means monkey comes. 1 week of severe practice, he reached a point where he doesn't have to do anything. Only monkeys inside, monkeys outside, wherever he sees. Everywhere if there were only monkeys around him and within him. Because this is the nature of your mind. What you say, I don't want to think, that is the only thing you will think. Yes or no? Right now as an experiment, next 10 seconds, nobody should think of a monkey. You might not have seen a monkey in 10 years, but right now they will invade you simply because you said, I don't want to. To this mind, somebody told you what is good, what is bad, do not think about bad things, well, those things have become the full-time job. Hello? Because without understanding the fundamental nature of how human mind functions, we are trying to blunder through, we want to meditate. Don't think about this, don't think about that. Well, you will torture yourself. The simple thing is this, first and foremost important, before this life becomes a blissful process, The most important thing, it should come to ease. If it has to come to ease, it shouldn't be carrying something up there. Two big things you're carrying is, right now, this body and this mind. I don't know how big you made it. Different people have made it different sizes, different people have made it different levels of burden. If these two things, if you can keep it aside, if you can just keep it aside and sit, then you will see, you will be at ease. Without knowing what is ease, there is no such thing as peace, there is no such thing as joy, blissfulness is out of question. Right now, happiness, peace, joy are happening intermittently, isn't it? Here and there. So the whole soil problem is related to this. If you are blissful or joyful by your own nature, you would function consciously and do what is needed. But right now, human beings are in search of happiness, in pursuit of happiness. This is the case of a potato farmer. There was a potato farmer in Romania. One day we got science and lost our sense. Science is not the problem, it is the way we use the science which is a severe problem. So this problem has risen only in the last 100 years because in southern India we have a history of 12,000 years of farming. 12,000 years of farming the same land. We kept it well, but in the last 45 to 50 years we've ruined it. This is our idea of science. No, this is not science, this is just ignorance manifesting as science, unfortunately. So right now, even today, in most nations, agricultural departments or ministries are treating and considering soil as an inert substance that you can fix by either adding a chemical or taking away the chemical. When soil is the largest living system, it is very important you and your children and everybody in this country and in the world should first realize.
Salutare! Vă mulțumesc pentru vizionarea clipului și pentru mai multe detalii. Abonați-vă la canalul de YouTube Realizam. Cu multă energie și iubire, Alex! Salvăm solul împreună!